You've called like a million times. Like, can I help you? It's kind of really annoying.
You cheated on me, didn't you?
Excuse me?
That's the only explanation I can come up with as to why you're not home this late at night. You must be cheating on me.
Oh, you came back home early? I thought you had to work overnight and wouldn't be home until the morning.
I came back home for a minute because I left some paperwork I needed, not that it matters. And what do I find? An empty house and all of your makeup and stuff is scattered on the table. Where the hell did you go this late at night all dressed up?
You're crazy! An old acquaintance of mine asked to meet up, so I just put on a little makeup to go to dinner with them. Plus, it's the weekend. I should be able to go out if I want to. I can't believe you would even try to suggest that I was cheating on you.
Oh, please, I saw your text messages.
You what now?
I saw a text that said, "My husband's out until the morning, so we can have some fun until then too, XO. Now, does that seem the kind of text you would send to an acquaintance you haven't seen in a long time?
What the hell? I literally have my phone in my hand. How in the world are you able to read my messages? It shouldn't be possible.
I just logged into your account on the laptop. Everything was backed up so I could see it all.
How dare you? That is a violation of my privacy.
Need I remind you that you are the one who gave me your own password? Remember, you said, "Feel free to check my account anytime you think I'm cheating on you." So it's your own fault, really.
Well, that was because I never thought you'd actually use the password and read anything on there. You suck.
That is so rich coming from you. I'm not the one who's cheating on their spouse.
Don't go jumping to conclusions so quickly. It's just a conversation between me and one of my girlfriends. That's just how we talk to each other.
Yeah, right. The name on the contact is literally Ken, and all the words he's using are masculine. No woman talks like that. I should know. Do you really think you're going to be able to talk your way out of this? Good luck.
Oh, this is so annoying.
So, you actually admit it? You were cheating on me, weren't you?
I was literally enjoying myself on my date, and then you have to come and ruin it. Like, can you please not?
Are you really trying to make yourself out to be some kind of victim here?
Well, you're the one who said in our wedding vows that you would always do whatever to make sure that I was happy, right? So all I'm doing is simply holding you to that promise.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, all I'm saying is that this is what is making me happy, using your money to go out and have fun with my boyfriend. After all, that is when I feel the happiest. I'm only doing what you want me to, really, and you're just trying to ruin that.
I can't believe that you would do something like this. I don't even know who you are anymore.
Whatever. Oh, by the way, have you been in the bathroom recently?
Huh?
I'm pretty sure I left a pregnancy test in there before I left. But don't worry, it's definitely not yours. I was planning on surprising Ken with it on our date this afternoon and totally forgot it at home.
What the hell?
Would you mind taking a quick look at it for me?
You left it on the sink and it's positive. Well, since we haven't slept together in a while, I'm guessing it's your boyfriend's like you thought.
Yeah, I said that. Keep up.
Do you even realize how terrible everything you've done is? You betrayed my trust.
Okay, so I cheated on you a little bit and got pregnant. So what? Get over it.
You do realize I'm divorcing you, right?
Oh, you really shouldn't have said that.
What are you talking about?
Just that you might come to regret it is all.
Oh, stop joking around. I'm serious. We are getting a divorce. I'll call my lawyer tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's really how you want to play this? I see.
I thought you'd at least be a little happy about this. At least now you can actually go and marry that boyfriend of yours.
Yeah, but if I did that, then I wouldn't have access to your money anymore, and I can't have that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ken does earn a good amount of money too, but he doesn't have the best spending habits.
In what world would I ever want to stay married to you after you've admitted all of this to me? Did you hit your head or something? Because you are so delusional. We're getting divorced, end of story.
Now wait a damn minute. I think we should talk about this. It would be the more mature thing to do. I'll be back tomorrow evening so we can talk then.
What is there to talk about? I have nothing to say to you.
Before you go on making decisions that you'll regret, just think about it. We can talk about it tomorrow.
I'm Sean. I'm 40 years old. I married my wife Natalie around 3 years ago. When this beautiful woman who was 10 years my junior approached me and asked me out, I thought there is no way she wants to be with an old man like me. I really thought that Natalie loved me. Come to find out, she just wanted to be with me for my money. I couldn't believe it when I found out. I mean, sure, our marriage has never been super amazing, maybe even a little on the boring side, but I never thought that it would come to this. Despite the way our marriage has been, I truly never thought that Natalie would go behind my back and cheat on me. The only thing I can think to do now is divorce her. I really don't see myself being able to get past this. And that truly was my plan, but when I find out who the person my wife has been cheating on me with truly is, I can't help but be terrified about what could happen.
Sean, do you want to explain why my house key isn't working?
Oh, that. Simple. I changed all the locks.
Without asking me? How dare you? This is my house.
Actually, this house has been mine since before we even married. We're getting divorced, so of course I needed to go and change all the locks.
Yeah, no, I thought we agreed to talk about this. We're not getting divorced.
What is there to talk about? You were the one who went and cheated on me and basically said I was just some personal ATM for you. As far as I'm concerned, this relationship is over. The only thing to do now is to sign the divorce papers. If you want, we can go see a lawyer, but you're not going to change my mind.
I think you should rethink this.
Why on earth would I do that?
I mean, if you were truly so dead set on getting a divorce, then I guess that's fine. But, well, I feel terrible for bringing this up, but Ken is actually in the mafia, so you might want to rethink the whole divorce thing.
I'm sorry, but you're telling me that you were cheating on me with a member of the mafia?
Yep. Apparently they've been around for generations, and their group is pretty big. At least that's what he told me.
Have you ever considered that he was just saying that and that it might be one big lie?
Well, he showed me all of his big weapons and stuff. And he took me to his place of business once, and I saw him actually talking to all those big scary people. He's definitely in the mafia.
That seems really dangerous.
I know, cool, right? Besides, Ken says I should try to get more money out of you while I can. I mean, since you're rich and all.
Oh, so your boyfriend is using me as a personal money machine as well, then?
Wait, no, of course not. But when I told him that I was pregnant, he got a little upset. Like, he kept saying there was no way I could be pregnant and denying the baby was his and all that. Honestly, I think he's just a little panicked because he probably doesn't have the money to support this baby. So we basically came up with a plan to get as much money from you as possible to be able to support all of us. It was my idea. Good, right?
Well, aren't you two just a match made in heaven?
Ken has always been a sort of no-nonsense type of person, and super unforgiving too. So if you don't take back the divorce and keep letting me do whatever I want with Ken, then he might just have to get rid of you.
So that's what it's come to?
Yeah. And if you try to blackmail us over his involvement in the mafia, then he'll definitely have to get rid of you.
Do you really think you could get away with this?
It's scary to think about, isn't it? So if I were you, I'd listen to everything I have to say.
I'll just go to the police and tell them what you two are trying to do.
What are you going to tell them? That you were threatened? They'll just laugh you out of the station. And the police have a lot of better things to do than listen to your silly report.
Even if that's the case, I still want a divorce.
I don't even care about the divorce anymore, as long as you keep giving me money.
You want me to keep paying for all of your living expenses? You're kidding me, right?
Yeah, I want you to keep funding everything just like before. I mean, I guess it would be a little awkward if we still lived in the same house, so I'll let you keep that while I move in with Ken.
Wait, I'm confused about a couple of things.
And what would that be?
How did you meet your little boyfriend in the first place?
On a dating app, just like everyone else these days. We already lived super close to each other, so it was a really quick match.
And you really trust a stranger you met online when you have no idea who he could be? I mean, you did say that he was in the mafia. How do you know he's not going to try and get rid of you or something the second he gets bored with you?
Easy. If that ever happens, which it won't, I'll just go on the run. Plus, I can just leave the kid with you or something and problem solved. And even though he claims to be in the mafia, I could probably take him if I had to. Or maybe he's just really sweet on me since he likes me so much.
Wow, you really didn't think any of this through well.
I'm gonna spend the night with Ken, but don't forget to make sure to make me a key to the house, okay? It would really suck if I couldn't get in when I needed something.
You really are something else, you know that?
And I should have mentioned this earlier, but make sure not to make a big fuss about all of this, yeah? You're not the only person we have to keep quiet if that happens.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just mean the other people you're related to, like your mom and dad. And while we're at it, I might as well include your annoying dog on that list. He was always so loud when we went to go visit your parents.
How dare you? You wouldn't threaten poor, innocent people.
If you don't want anything to happen to them, it's simple. You just have to keep sending me money. Let's start with a low $5,000. I expect it to be in my account by tomorrow.
There's no way that I can do that.
Just remember that I have all of your information. I'll expect you to follow through. Talk to you soon. Hello? I just got the divorce papers and alimony notice in the mail at Ken's house. Did you completely forget what we talked about?
Oh, yeah, I put those in there.
What even is this? You're trying to get $30,000 in alimony from me?
I'm just getting the money you basically stole from me. You never felt any remorse for what you did, and you even threatened me, so I thought that this was a fair price.
Are you dense in the head? Ken is in the mafia. The mafia. Do you really want me to get him to get rid of you?
Do it, I dare you.
Oh, I get it. You're like suicidal or something, aren't you? Or maybe you think this whole mafia thing is one big joke.
Of course I do, I'm not stupid.
Well, you must be. If you didn't know this, there are actually tons of mafia groups in this very area.
I don't care, so what?
Whatever, you had your chance. Now I'm definitely gonna just let Ken do whatever he wants to you. And not to mention, I'll make sure he gets you fired from your job and everything too. I would hate to be you right now. You're lucky Ken's out right now, so you have a little bit of time. As soon as he gets back, I'm telling him everything you did.
Great, I'll be waiting to see what he does.
Oh, you are so annoying. I'm sure you used some private investigator or detective or something. If you did, you should already know that Ken is really in the mafia and you're screwed.
A detective? I never once said I used anything like that. Where did you get that idea from?
Then how the hell did you find out my address? Oh, you're not telling me that you actually followed me yourself to find out where I lived. How pathetic is that?
I would never waste my time doing something like that. The person you cheated on me with, his name is Kenneth Walters, right?
See? You did have me followed, you weirdo.
Yeah, no.
Then how do you know any of this?
I work with him. He's a subordinate at my company.
What now?
You know, never in my wildest dreams would I have ever thought that quiet, eats lunch alone, Kenneth would do something like this. It's kind of hilarious, actually.
You're joking, right? The same company.
Yeah, in fact, I'm kind of his boss. He reports to me, I mean.
Is it even possible? Oh, I get it. You're messing with me, aren't you?
If you think I'm lying about all of this, you should just ask him yourself. I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing.
Are you really telling the truth? If you are, this entire thing is so screwed up.
You know, in all my years of working with good old Kenneth, I never heard so much as a rumor of him being associated with the mafia in any way. Are you sure that he wasn't just saying that?
What? I don't know what to believe anymore. Wait a damn minute. How long did you know that he worked for you? And why the hell would you wait so long to mention anything?
Please, I knew this the entire time. I found out when I saw your text messages with Kenneth. I already had him saved as a contact when he used the same iCloud picture.
I can't believe this! What are the odds something like this would happen to me?
Kenneth probably has no idea that the two of us are married. Oh, I can't wait to see the look on his face when he finds out that he's been sleeping with his boss's wife.
You really think he was lying about the mafia thing? Then those threats I made mean squat.
Not to mention I'll be letting HR know about this entire situation, since I'm sure it'll be making things awkward at work. Worst case scenario is Kenneth gets fired from his job, but that's not really my problem.
What? No! That can't happen. If Kenneth loses his job and I owe you money, then I'm gonna be broke.
Oh, sucks to be you.
You are a terrible person. Did you think even for 1 second about the new life I'm about to bring into this world? I mean, it is kind of like your son in a way.
A child? I wouldn't worry too much about that. I don't think that child will ever be born.
What are you trying to say?
Let me ask you, how did you use the pregnancy test?
What do you mean? I just used it like normal and then left it on the counter and then it was positive.
And how long did you wait before you looked at the results?
Well, I got distracted by an episode of Friends that was on TV, so I didn't check it until like 3 or 4 hours later.
The wait time for the test is only 3 minutes. So if you leave it for a little while longer than that, then even if it wasn't positive in the first place, the line bleeds to show a positive result.
Is that how it works?
You really couldn't wait just 3 minutes? Wow.
Okay, well, even if that's the case, there's still a chance I could be pregnant. After all, if what you're saying is true, then I never saw the actual results.
Actually, at my last office party, we got into the conversation of marriage.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with me?
Would you just listen for a second? So the only one who wasn't married and in their 30s was Kenneth. So we were joking and asking if he's been laid recently, and apparently the guy is infertile and can't have kids, which is also why he was having a hard time finding someone to marry.
Excuse me?
So there's no possible way that you can be pregnant with Kenneth's child. Which is also probably why he was so insistent that there was no way you could be pregnant.
You're serious?
You know, it's probably a blessing that someone as irresponsible as you isn't about to become a mother.
Wait, but now I'm actually screwed.
I would say so.
Sean, I am so sorry. It was all a mistake. Not even that big of a mistake if you really think about it. You have to forgive me. Please take me back.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard pass.
There is no way that I'll be able to pay you $30,000.
You should have thought of that before. Besides, all these years you've just been spending my money, lounging all day in my house. I guess all of your mooching and laziness has finally caught up to you.
Please, Sean. I'm begging you, please forgive me.
It was just a lot easier to do everything around the house myself than to try and get you to do it, so I never said anything.
Come on, Sean.
Well, that's really all I had to say to you. If you wouldn't mind telling Kenneth everything when he gets back, it would be a great help. I have to let my job and your parents know about this whole situation.
Wait, please, no. What if they end up disowning me?
That is not my problem. Honestly, I hope they do. Then maybe you'll finally learn your lesson.
Why do terrible things always happen to me? My life is ruined.
I told my work and both of our parents everything that had been going on with Natalie, Kenneth, and I right away. Just as Natalie predicted, her parents were ashamed of her actions and pretty much disowned her as soon as they found out. With no other place to go and no job prospects, she got a job as a housekeeper in a small hotel right off the highway. They let her live there too, so at least she has a place to stay. I'm sure she'll be able to pay off her debt to me in no time. And when our company heard about the situation, Kenneth was let go from his job as well. After a thorough investigation, apparently he did have ties to the mafia after all. Who would have thought? But he is the lowest of the recruits, so he actually doesn't have any power like he told Natalie he did. The company didn't want to have him as a liability, so ultimately it cost him his job. But I will say that Kenneth's face when he found out that it was my wife he had been having an affair with was priceless. I wish I'd gotten it on video. He literally sat there frozen, jaw dropped for at least 5 minutes. And to pay off his debts, Kenneth had to put up his house, and last I heard, he was having to do some sketchy jobs in order to make some money to scrape by. But if you ask Kenneth, he'll tell you that he's moving on up in the mafia and is actually pretty scary himself. Well, I guess more power to him. After all, it is the path that he chose. As for me, well, the divorce finally went through and I'm more than happily focused on my job. It's not so bad being married to my job, better than the alternative. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and follow for more similar content.
Hi, honey, I sent you the money like you asked. Oh, thanks, Mom. You're really doing me a solid. Is there anything else I can do for you? Are you sure you don't need any more? It's fine for now. I'm sorry about all this. I know you're living off Social Security. I shouldn't be asking for money. Once I get everything settled, I'll pay you back double.
Oh, don't worry about little old me. Sure, technically I'm getting Social Security paychecks, but I still have the money your father left when he passed away.
Okay, I still feel a little guilty though. I had no idea Claire was gonna spend so much of her money. Sorry to cause you the trouble.
I said don't worry. If Claire is using that much of your money, don't you think you should sit down and talk with her? This is the second time you've asked me for money. I'm happy to help, but I'm not rich.
I know, we actually did talk last month, but she ended up spending over our budget again this month.
Money is the root of conflict for many married couples. I know it's a hard thing to talk about, but you have to get it sorted out. It's obviously stressing you out and affecting your life.
I know it is. Before we got married, she never did anything like this, but all of a sudden she's really changed. Trust me, I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about solving this. Knowing her, I don't think a stern approach is the best way.
I'm not saying she's a bad person or anything. It's just that it seems she's not very responsible with money. If you don't figure out something now, it's only going to get worse.
I know. I'm gonna sit down with her again and tell her she can keep doing this. I don't know if it'll work though.
This is between you and her. I would love to help, but I think it's best I stay out of this. Unless you think it's a good idea for her to hear it from me.
You've already helped by giving us money. You've done more than enough already. Also, I'm not sure if it would be the best idea for you to talk to her anyway. I get the feeling she purposely tries to keep her distance from you.
I know, you've mentioned that before. I get the same impression. But you need to think about all your options for how to fix this problem, even if it means I go and talk to her. Like I said, if you don't put a stop to it now, it's only a matter of time before it gets worse.
I know. I think part of the reason why she's so distant with you is because both of her parents died when she was young. She probably doesn't want to get close to a parent figure because she doesn't want to be hurt again. That's why she might come off a bit cold sometimes toward you. I know you want to have a good relationship with her, but I think it's better for me to take care of this. I really appreciate your desire to help, though.
If you say so, honey. I think it's better not to force it. I trust you'll do what you think is best.
Thank you. I'm sorry to get you involved with all of this.
I'm just happy to help however I can. No matter how old either of us get, I'm still your mother. I'm flattered you still come to me when you need help. If there's anything else I can do, please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you.
In return for helping you, I want you to really do everything you can to fix this problem between you two. This is a small crack that can either be repaired or turn into what divides you both.
I know. I'm gonna talk to her as soon as I get off work.
Hi, Claire. Do you have a minute to talk? Well, isn't this a surprise? You almost never text me. What's up? Nothing in particular. I just wanted to make sure everything is okay. I haven't seen you lately. Is everything all right? Yep, I'm totally fine. I've been taking care of the house and your son, just like always. You actually caught me at a perfect time. I just finished the housework, so I've got nothing to do.
That's great. Everything else is going all right? How's everything going between you and Dan?
I guess everything is okay. Not bad, not amazing.
It's good. Anything else? Anything else you'd like to talk to me about?
No. Like I said, everything's fine. Is everything okay with you? I appreciate you being so concerned about us.
It's the least I could do. We're family after all, right? Are you sure there's nothing you want to talk about?
Geez, I said no. You're being a little pushy, don't you think? Are you really that worried about us?
Well, actually, Dan talked with me about your money problem. I've been worried about you two since then.
He did? I guess that explains why you were trying to pry so hard. To be honest, we have fought over money in the past. I don't think that's something too crazy, though. Most couples fight about money at some point.
I suppose you're right. It's important to define boundaries for budgeting and spending. I don't want to get myself involved in your issues, but I just want to make sure everything between you two is okay.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. But we're taking care of things just fine on our own. I'm doing my part not to spend as much.
That's great to hear. Because you know, things are different now that you two are married. You can't just spend as much as you want. You really have to be considerate for the other person.
Yeah, I know that. Like I literally just said, I'm trying to be as frugal as possible.
Have you been able to put some money away? Or maybe it's better to think about cutting back on some things.
We're fine. Things are better now, and we're being more careful. You're worrying way too much about this. Everything is fine. We don't need to change anything.
But think about it. Now it seems like you're enjoying yourselves, but what about the future? You'll need money for the future.
Yeah, maybe. You're really advocating on cutting back on our spending, huh?
Yes, exactly. I think that's the best thing for you to do.
I really don't want to do that, though. I don't want to have to resort to eating one meal a day or anything like that.
Ease into it. It doesn't have to be that drastic at first. Maybe go to the store less often. Or get a knack for looking for things on sale instead of buying the first thing you see. Even small changes like that add up.
All right. I'll try if that's what you want.
Sorry for butting in. I'm just trying to help. I know you can do it.
Yep, got it. I'll try to make some changes, so don't worry about us so much. I'm sure you have enough to worry about being on your own. I'm sure it's tiring to worry about us all the time.
Claire, Dan is off from work today, right? I've been trying to get in touch with him, but he hasn't returned my calls. If you're with him, could you get him to call me back?
He's off, but he's not home right now. It's just me at home right now. Is there something you needed?
Is that so? There's something I wanted to talk to him about.
Do you want me to try and text him too? If his phone's blowing up, I'm sure he'll notice.
No need. I'm sure he'll get back to me eventually. Actually, I have something I wanted to talk to you about too. Is it okay to keep texting, or would you prefer I come over?
Texting is fine. I wouldn't want to make you come all the way over here. What's up?
I'm sorry to come to you with this all of a sudden, but I think it's time I stopped giving you money. I just sent over the money for this month. Please don't expect any more money after this.
What? Money? What are you talking about? What do you mean, stop giving us money? I'm really confused. What are you talking about?
What? Is that some sort of joke? Dan hasn't told you?
No, he hasn't said anything to me. I've absolutely no idea what you're talking about. You've been giving us money?
Hang on a second. Who's been handling your money? Dan?
No, I handle the finances. I hang on to the ATM card and credit cards. Dan usually just carries cash. I had no idea you were sending us money.
You're not playing dumb, are you? I thought you were having trouble controlling your spending. That's what Dan told me, and then he asked for money.
Are you serious? He really said that? He said I couldn't control my spending? I can't believe this.
I'm the one who can't believe what you're saying. Don't try and deny it. Dan's come to me multiple times to ask for advice. He said you burned through money, and he asked me to help you two out because you were too stubborn to reason with.
Calm down. I understand if you're angry, but let's both keep our cool. Obviously, there's been a huge lapse in communication. I have no idea why Dan would say any of that. First of all, there's no issue with how I spend money.
What? Explain yourself.
If anything, Dan is the one who's been spending all our money. I haven't bought anything for myself in months. I've been really careful with how I spend money because he's the one who's got a spending problem.
He does? I had no idea about this.
You don't? I thought we just talked about this a little while ago.
No, we didn't. Or did we?
Yeah, we did. Remember how I told you he and I have been fighting about money lately? I thought you knew about it already.
I just assumed it was you using too much money. I had no reason to think otherwise. He told me he was going to talk with you about your spending issues. I thought that's what you meant. But now you're saying it wasn't about that?
No, it wasn't. Of course, he never said anything to me about getting money from you, but he never brought up anything about me spending too much. This is all too much to take in at once. Now that I think about it, was your whole speech about cutting back because Dan told you I was too loose with our money?
Yes, it was. I was wondering why you seemed so confused.
I thought you were really just pushing us to save money for when we have kids in the future. I actually agreed with what you were saying. Having a kid in this country is way more expensive than it should be. I've been trying hard to save as much money as I can lately.
Really? Forgive my confusion about all of this. I had no idea.
Neither did I. I'm not sure what to make of it all.
I think we both need to talk with Dan about what's really going on. I think maybe it would be a good idea to try and get in touch with him.
I could, but he might just ignore my texts or calls. He's been acting weird lately. He never texts me back when he goes out.
Don't you ask him where he's going when he leaves the house? Why don't you go over and talk in person?
Yeah, that's the thing. He never says anything before he goes out. If he's not returning any of your calls either, it makes me a little worried. I feel like I haven't even said 2 words to him lately. I never see him anymore. It feels like I'm living in this house alone.
Claire, why don't you come over here for the afternoon?
Why?
I think it'd be better if we just go over everything in more detail. It seems like there's still some confusion about what's going on, so let's get on the same page. I want to understand the situation so we can figure out what to do next. Plus, I'll fix us a nice lunch.
I think that's a good idea. Are you sure it's not too much of a hassle for you?
No problem at all. Is there a reason you can't come? Or maybe you don't want to have lunch with me?
No, that's not it at all. It's just, I know you aren't very fond of me.
What? That's not true at all. What would make you think that?
That's just what Dan told me. He said that's why you never text me or why I shouldn't try and text you.
He really said that. Claire, that's not how I feel about you at all. If anything, I've wanted to get closer with you.
Really?
Yes. I think of you as my own daughter.
Of course I want to have a good relationship with you. I'm so happy to hear that. I thought for sure you hated me.
Now I definitely think we need to sit down and have a long talk. There's probably more things we've been misunderstanding about each other. I'm very curious about what Dan's been spending so much money on. What do you say?
Sounds great. I agree. Let's get on the same page about everything. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Hey Mom, it's Claire with you. When I got home this morning, she wasn't there. I can't get a hold of her either.
Yes, she's here. We had lunch and dinner together yesterday. She stayed the night.
That's what I thought. I asked her friends, but no one knew where she was. I figured if she wasn't with her friends, she had to be with you.
You guessed right. Claire was exhausted. She's actually still sleeping. We talked all day and all night.
Oh yeah? When did you two become best friends? I always thought there was a distance between you guys.
Not at all. I've always wanted to get closer with Claire. Haven't I always said that?
Yeah, you have, but I thought Claire was the one preventing that from happening. That's why I'm a little surprised you two are getting along so well.
I'm a little surprised too, to be honest. I never imagined we'd hit it off like this. I guess it helped that we had a lot in common.
Oh yeah? What do you have in common? You like the same Netflix shows or something? Or maybe you use the same makeup?
Nope, nothing like that. We actually talked mostly about you.
You did? That makes me a little nervous. You didn't tell her anything weird about when I was a kid, did you? I hope she didn't tell you anything embarrassing about me. I was afraid this day would come.
Well, we talked about a bunch of different things. There was a lot we were misunderstanding about one another. Now we understand things very clearly.
Misunderstanding? Like what?
Oh, there was a lot. For example, how you said Claire wasn't fond of me and how you told her I didn't like her either. It turns out neither of us felt that way about the other.
I don't think that's a misunderstanding. I always got the impression you both didn't like each other.
That's what you wanted us to think, right? You wanted us to hate each other, so you lied to both of us.
I didn't lie about anything. What are you talking about? Why would I lie about that? There's nothing I would gain from lying to either of you.
I beg to differ. If Claire and I constantly talked with one another, it would cause problems for you, wouldn't it? We would have figured out what you were doing right away if we talked often.
What are you saying? You're being really weird. Why are you trying to make it seem like I was hiding something? Are you mad?
No, I'm not mad, just shocked at your behavior. If only I'd known what you were spending the money I sent you on.
What do you mean? I've been using that money to support us. Yeah, maybe I was wrong for coming to you to try and fix a problem Claire started, but you agreed to help, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I was happy to help since I was under the impression you were actually using it to support you and your wife.
I never imagined you'd be taking it to the strip club and wasting it all in one night.
Were those girls happy to get your money? Did you buy expensive liquor while you were there like a hot shot? Did she tell you that? Do you actually believe that's what I'm doing?
Why wouldn't I? Do you think she's a liar?
This is exactly what I was afraid of. I've never told you this about her because I didn't want you to be worried, but she's a pathological liar. She'll say anything that fits her narrative. Now you've heard it for yourself. Don't believe anything she says.
The only thing I can't believe is the way you talk about your wife. Don't you have a conscience? If you really thought that about her, why would you get married in the first place?
Of course I love her, but everyone has something they don't like about their spouse. What I don't like about her is her tendency to tell ridiculous lies.
Are you sure she's the liar? Or maybe it's my eyes who lied to me.
What do you mean?
I saw the debt you put the both of you in since you got married. You may claim Claire's a liar, but she sure is good at keeping records. She's been keeping an Excel spreadsheet of all your finances since you two started sharing a bank account. She has folders full of receipts too, but I couldn't seem to find where my money was going. Was it because of the separate bank account you kept for your strip club adventures?
Okay, I admit that was wrong. To be honest, we've talked about getting a divorce because of our financial trouble. Me going to a strip club was a way to relieve stress.
Stress. The only stress between you two was the stress you were making from spending all your money. And she told me all about you two talking about getting a divorce. It was because you maxed out your credit cards at the strip club. And she was the one who threatened divorce. She made you promise never to go to the strip club again. Which is why you made a separate account and put the money I was giving you into it.
You're siding with her over your own son? Yeah, I was wrong for putting us in debt, but that was the past. Now she's the one who's spending all our money, not me.
Of course I want to side with my son.
That's what I thought. Who knows what other things she lied to you about?
I looked into you just to be sure I was getting the facts straight.
What? You did?
Yes, with the help of Claire, of course. We can affirm things with your boss and your co-workers.
Why would you do that? Even if you are my mother, that's crossing the line.
I think it's fair, considering how you were using my money. I asked around about you. Your co-workers said you were really in high spirits lately. I asked them if you were the type to go to a strip club. They told me you always try and get them to go with you.
OMG. What's the problem? I'm stressed from work and life at home. I go crazy if I don't blow off steam.
Stressed because you were running out of money? Or am I misunderstanding things again? Maybe you're stressed because I'm cutting you off?
I can't believe this is happening. I really did intend on using that money to support the two of us.
Trying to make excuses is a waste of time. You're not getting another penny out of me. By the way, we stopped by your house yesterday to use your printer. We had to print out divorce papers.
No way. I'm sorry, I was wrong. How could you be on her side? You're really okay with us getting a divorce?
Unfortunately, yes, I am. All you need to do is sign. Claire already filled everything out and signed.
Don't make this harder than it needs to be. She's okay with this? I bet you made her do it.
You've betrayed her twice already. I didn't have to force her to do anything.
I have a solution. I'll pay back all the money I borrowed from you. In return, you gotta convince Claire that getting a divorce isn't the right thing to do.
Don't act like you're doing me a favor by paying me back the money you took from me. Any decent human would pay their mother back. If you don't, I'll have no choice but to explore my legal options to get it back by force. Don't think you're gonna get out of this without paying for what you've done, literally and figuratively.
So, you ruined our marriage and now you're threatening to sue me? And you're threatening me like I'm the bad guy? How could a parent be so cruel to their child?
You're right. So I'm disowning you. I no longer consider you my son.
Mom, how could you? You can abandon your own son that easily.
You should be thanking your wife. She thinks disowning you is a bit much.
She does?
You did stab her in the back twice, as she has no intention of staying in a marriage with you. But she thinks me disowning you is going too far. She knows that if I cut ties with you, then you won't have anyone else to support you.
So, she still cares about me.
That's how loving and caring she is, and yet you abused her trust and put her in debt. And that's exactly why I'm never going to forgive you. She loved you so much and you still treated her badly. Although she does have a point, I'm done giving you handouts. From now on, you're on your own.
But how am I going to survive? What am I going to do?
It's simple, really. First, you need to take responsibility for what you've done. You were out having the time of your life and burning money while Claire was at home stressing and crying over what you were doing. It's time to pay for what you've done. I was on Claire's side throughout the whole divorce process.
After a long, drawn-out hearing, they finalized their divorce. Unfortunately, Claire had nowhere to go after they separated. Her parents passed away a long time ago, and she didn't want to rush into finding an apartment. We decided it would be best for her to live with me for the time being, and we're making up for all the lost time from having so many misunderstandings. Now we're as close as can be. There are definitely no more misunderstandings between us. Of course, Dan has been paying Claire alimony from the divorce. Not only that, Claire's lawyer made him sign an agreement to pay back every dollar he took from me. My final act of love for him as a parent was not suing him to get back the money. I despise my son now, but I still would have felt bad dragging him through another legal battle on top of his divorce. I hope it turns out I made the right choice. Despite everything that happened and how he abused our trust, Dan is still my son. I wish things could have been different, and I could have still thought of him as the cute boy I held when he was younger. I wanted to cut off all contact with him, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I still stop by his house every once in a while to thank him for repaying me, even though he doesn't have any other choice. Plus, I want to make sure he's taking steps to turn his life around. Let this be a lesson to everyone. Never take a mother's love for granted.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.
Hey, what the hell was all that about? Where do you think you're going? Where do you get the nerve to disrespect my father on his funeral day? What type of wife are you in the first place?
Leave me alone, Jake. I don't want to hear anything from you right now.
Excuse me, you aren't in a position to tell me to buzz off. I need an explanation now. Why the hell did you run off from the funeral? You caused a scene in front of everyone. They're all talking about you.
Jake, I really don't need this now. Just leave me alone for today. Just grieve your father's death on your own. I don't want to be bothered.
Honestly, you are something, you know that? What am I meant to tell everyone here? Look, I might put aside how disrespectful you were if you just tell me what happened.
Fine. So you really want to know what happened?
Of course! How many times do I have to say it?
It's that old hag of a mother of yours. I can't stand the garbage spitting out of her mouth.
Old hag? Don't talk about my mother that way.
After the things she said to me, I'll call her whatever the hell I want. She should have a taste of her own medicine.
You don't have the right, especially on my father's funeral day. You're disrespecting me, my mother, and also my father. You realize that, don't you?
I respected your father, and I didn't want to leave him that way. Believe me, if I could have avoided this, I would. But she really has pushed me to the limit today. I'm not going to just sit there and take that type of abuse from her.
What you're saying doesn't sound anything like her at all. This is so hard to believe. I know my mother, and I've seen you two together. I can't imagine her saying anything to hurt you.
Not everything is as it seems on the surface. I think your mother has secretly despised me.
What makes you say something like that?
Well, up until your father died, things were smooth sailing. We weren't as close as two peas in a pod, but we were definitely on good terms. Now that he's died, I think she finally has the means to speak about her true feelings to me. Your father must have been some sort of guardian against her.
This is too outrageous for me to believe. Regardless of what's been told to you, don't you think it's your duty to be there at my father's funeral? Put aside however you feel for just one day. Sometimes bad things happen, but we still have to do what we have to do.
Sorry, today is out of the question. If I see her face again today, I have no idea what I'll do. Trust me, if you're worried about your dad being disrespected today, I wouldn't want me to be there unleashing terror.
If you say so. None of this is making any sense to me, though. Can you at least tell me what she said to you?
Look, I'm not in the mood to talk about this right now. Don't you have something better to do? What is everyone doing right now?
The funeral is finished and we've come back home for a feed and a chance to reminisce about my father. Why don't you settle down and come back?
No. Sorry, today isn't happening. And look, you have to be host. Your father isn't around to take care of everyone, so now you're the one that should be leading that party. It's best for both of us if we don't bother each other. We can talk about the incident later. Just go and enjoy the festivities for now. Took me a while, but I managed to shake free of my husband's clutches. My name is Emily. I'm 43 years old and I've been married to my husband for about 10 years now. We have an adorable little son by the name of Tim, who's now 7 years old. I've always gotten along with Jake and his family. His mom and dad have always treated me like family. Probably even more so than they treated Jake. Not even my own father treats me the way he did. The interaction between Jake's mother and I happened right before his dad was going to get cremated. During the funeral, Jake's mother didn't take his death well. She suddenly collapsed from the pressure and was sent to another room to recover. She said she didn't want to be crowded around by lots of people, so I decided to text her instead. When I did that, she had something very interesting to tell me. Harley, are you okay? You gave everyone quite the shock just now. Do you need a water or anything? I know you said you didn't want anyone to bother you, but I had to at least text you. Just let me know you're fine. I know we're in the middle of the funeral, but I'll prioritize your safety over that. I can't lose you as well as Jake's father. Emily, you're such a sweet girl. Thank you for messaging me. I'll be all right. With all that's happening lately, the stress has finally gotten to me. I need to tell you that boy is honestly wasted on someone like you. I can't keep what happened the other day in the dark. He's pulled the curtains over your eyes. Don't fall for that man. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you saying Jake's up to something? I can't believe he's tricked you all this time. He's taken your sincerity for granted. I know this will be hard to hear, but I have to do it. As your mother-in-law and someone that cares about you, I can't be silent about this. If I do, it's going to play on my conscience later. That man has been seeing a girl. Interesting. So you're saying he's been cheating on me? You have to believe me. I wouldn't lie about something like this. I find it interesting that Jake would cheat on me after all these years. You would think that we consolidated our love for each other. I know it's hard to hear, but you have to believe me. Look, I'll tell you what happened. This all happened a couple of nights ago. Jake came to talk to me about his inheritance of his father's money. It's not just Jake's money, though. That's also being split with you, isn't it? Yes, that's right. That's exactly why he came to me. That's when he let out the truth. He figured this would be a good time to finally get away with his woman. He threatened that if I didn't give him my share of the inheritance, he would leave you and Tim penniless. He's actually thinking of ditching us? Why would he do that to his own son? I don't know where this is coming from. I can assure you I didn't raise him to be this type of man. He filled out the papers to nullify my inheritance. All I had to do was sign. If I did that, he promised to not leave you two in a ditch. There would still be a chance you and Tim would make it out with just the two of you. You did the right thing, right? Of course I did. Don't worry. I signed the papers and you'll be getting child support from him. I won't leave you two financially unsupported on your own. Are you kidding right now? Why did you do that? What do you mean? This is the best outcome for you. Tim just started school and things are going to get quite expensive from this point on. How do you plan on supporting him if it's just you? You need my son's money. Harley, it seems you don't know me at all. I'm a fighter. I've overcome hurdles like this my whole life. I won't let some low, selfish pile of dung like my husband get away with something like this. I'll make sure he'll pay. I can guarantee you that much. I will do anything in my power to make sure he doesn't get away. All the while properly raising my son. How do you plan on doing that? I don't care what he told you. The law is the law. Whether or not he gets the inheritance from you, he still has to pay me. Not only that, but I hope he doesn't think he'll be getting our assets as well. I'll fight him in court for who should own what. The house, for instance. There's no way he's getting that. I'm sorry. I didn't know you had that much vigor in you. I thought you would be better off this way. I really regret signing that paper now. I spent my whole life with my husband. I'm not getting a penny from it. Not only that, but now it's being used for my son to do these wicked things. I couldn't imagine he would do something like this. His father would be ashamed. No, we aren't going to let that happen. I have a plan. Do you think he's already submitted the papers? I doubt it. He only asked me a couple of days ago. He would not have time to submit them. He's probably hiding it somewhere in the house. What do you plan on doing? Doing what I have to. I'm going to burn those papers. Now, better than later. You can't do that! The cremation is about to start. Think about your father-in-law. It's a special day. You only get this once. I know the type of man my father-in-law was. I know his values and what he respects. I can tell you right now that he would not respect the decision his son has just made. I know he would be sad I wasn't there today, but he would be even more sad if I let his son get away with this. You have a point. But if you suddenly start to go missing, people are going to start asking questions. That's true. I'm going to need your help on that one. If Jake chases me up on it, I'll say that you and I had some beef together. Can I rely on you to make up a good story? I don't know, Emily. I'm not like my son. I'm not that good of a liar. I'll do my best, though. You hurry along and burn those papers. I'll handle things on this front. Thanks, Harley. I really appreciate it. By the way, he used to hide things under his bed when he was a child. I'd say it's a fair bet that that's where he's put the papers. Oh, thanks. That would be the first place I'll check. I'll give you an update on how things are going.
Boy, oh boy, what a night. For such a gloomy day, my relatives really like to liven up when the alcohol hits them. I'm feeling a little bit tipsy myself.
I didn't expect you to be out there enjoying yourself after telling me off. Wasn't this the day to respect your father passing away?
I mean, yes, it is. But come on, you have to get over it at some point. I'm sure he wouldn't want me crying about it every day. Anyway, I have something I need to talk to you about tomorrow.
If it's what happened between me and your mother, don't worry about it. I've gotten over it.
What are you talking about? Yes, that. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad we can look past it. No, it's something else.
You don't need to tell me. I already know. It's about this woman you've had in tow for the past 4 years.
Say what now?
Don't play stupid with me. It just makes you look worse. Just admit what you were up to.
Honestly, you are on fire today. What is wrong with you? You need to calm down. I'm not doing anything. What is it exactly that you think I'm up to?
I don't need to spell it out for you. Do you plan on ditching me for some young airhead? Leaving your son, too?
Hey, Emily, listen.
Not only that, but you actually threatened your mother for the inheritance. How low can you get? Is this really how you respect your father's memory?
How long have you known? I've made sure that I didn't leave any cracks. There should be no way you found out about this.
Jake, we've been married for a long time. Oddities in our relationship stick out. It was so coincidental. 4 years ago, you suddenly weren't able to go on the summer trip that we do every year. You gave some lame excuse that work gets very busy at that time of year. But I already know it never gets busy that time of year. Tim and I went on our holiday, just the two of us. Afterwards, I looked for clues around our house of you being mischievous. I find it very interesting that when I slept that night, there was this lovely peach-like aroma that I've never smelled before.
So what? What is that meant to mean? What if I was just aiming for that type of musk? It doesn't mean I had someone here.
Jake, there's days where you don't even shower. Don't try and act like you have some sort of passion for cleanliness. Besides, I found red underwear in your drawer that doesn't belong to you nor me. That's all the evidence I need.
Well, good for you then, honey. You were bound to find out about it sooner or later. So yes, you were right. I was going to talk to you about the divorce tomorrow. Nothing changes.
I didn't realize dimwits come in your size.
What is that supposed to mean?
Do you even realize how careless your actions have been so far? The document that you got your mother to sign is invalid. I found it wedged in a porno mag underneath your bed. What are you, 13?
Don't you judge me. Besides, that is a legal and binding document.
That was made under duress. You threatened her with it. She didn't sign that of her own will.
You really do think you're smart, don't you, Emily? It's fine. I've prepared for this type of situation. I took extra steps to forge my father's will. The old one is now irrelevant. I burnt it. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yep. And not only have you committed a crime, you have also forfeited your own inheritance. Congratulations! Honestly, you prove by the minute just how much of a dimwit you are. Have you been endeavoring on any other stupid escapades?
What do you mean forfeited my own inheritance?
I'm not the smartest girl in the world, but I do come across bits and pieces of information. As I was cleaning the other day, there was a program on TV for just this type of situation. On that program, it said if anyone that was in the will tries to tamper it any further, they would forfeit any possession they would have had in that will.
You have to be kidding me right now. So I'm not getting any of that money?
Bingo! Not only that, but I'd say there's a fair chance that you're off to prison now. Goodbye, family. Goodbye, money. Maybe even goodbye to that girl.
There's no maybe on that front. There's no way she's going to stick around me now. I've been extremely extravagant these past 4 years. I knew Dad was about to kick it. It was only a matter of time until I got that money. I racked up a large loan to compensate for our purchases. I bought her the best that you could buy.
Now you have no money to pay that loan back. Good for you, buddy.
If I'm out of the will, that means my mother is getting everything. Emily, you have to convince her. I'm her son, for Christ's sake. She doesn't want to see me suffer.
You've got the wrong impression, boyo. Your mother isn't on your side anymore. She's gravely disappointed in you. Your mother, myself, and your child no longer need you. The 3 of us are going to live together.
Hey, are you forgetting whose family that is in the first place? That's my mother, not yours.
Which just goes to show how devious of an act you committed. If your own mother is going to disown you, that really shows how bad of a person you are. I'm done talking to you now, Jake. Enjoy having everyone leave you. After hearing what happened with his father, Tim helped me take his father's possessions outside. We managed to get everything out in time before his dad got home. It was a rainy night and he was soaking wet. He was banging on our door for 30 minutes to let him in, but we weren't responsive. With only one place left to go, he decided to see the woman he's been cheating on me with. As you can expect, she gave him the cold shoulder and they broke up that night. We never pushed for charges on Jake. We figured if he was in prison, there'd be no way he could pay the child support. We let him free on his own. Which sounds good for him, but it actually turned out to be the exact opposite. He is still continuing his job at his company, but is also working a second job during the night. Jake's daily routine consists of waking up, working, going to his second work, and then going back to sleep. What little time he gets for food is probably during the breaks in his second job. The last time I saw him, he was exceptionally skinny, barely recognizable to what I remember of him before. As for myself, my son, and my mother-in-law, we're all living happily together. It took time to get over the death of my father-in-law. With such great support for each other, we managed to bounce back higher. While my son is missing his father, I'm sure he has a bright future ahead of him. With the financial support and the love from his family, I'm sure he is going to go far. All I have to do is make sure he doesn't turn out like his father. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video!